Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the FTD Virtual Design Show titled Seasonal Inspirations, Fall and Winter Florals with Deborah, featuring FTD Education Consultant Deborah Flor, AIFD. As a quick housekeeping note, Deborah will take questions at the end of the show. If you have a question, please type it in the question box on your control panel. Feel free to submit your questions throughout the show. All right, let's get started. Welcome, Deborah.
Thank you so much, Janet and FTD. I'm very excited to be here. Always proud to be associated with the FTD logo for, oh my goodness, my shop has been in business in 44 years. Pretty exciting. So I'm proud to be part of the FTD team for many years. We're excited to show fall. Don't you love the fall and Christmas holidays? It's a wonderful time. And this year I feel like there's even more reason to give thanks for the things we have with all the things going all over the world, and I'm in Florida where the hurricanes were flying around. So we've been blessed enough that we were spared, so that gave us the ability to share with others and take care of others. So we're very thankful and grateful that we were able to do that. So this is a time of giving thanks. The first design I would like to show is in the FTD ceramic pumpkin. It's a great little vessel. Comes in white and orange. And in our shop, I always love to do colors that blend that are maybe not conventional. And I've been doing this fall feminine look, I call it, for about 5 years now, because it was out of necessity. We needed to use our purples and pinks, and I was like, oh my gosh, and it was fall, so we had, orange and yellow was going quick, but there was the lavenders and pinks were still in the cooler. So then I just started incorporating bronzes or foliages in those colors, and they were the first ones that the people chose. So my son put one on the website right away and called it Feminine Fall, and he was like, this isn't going to work. Well, guess what? It worked, and it's still working. So I challenge all of you to do that look of Feminine Fall, putting in the pinks and the purples in the designs. This one I had so much fun creating with all the beautiful product we have available. Look at this delicious hydrangea. The color looks a little blue on the camera, but it's really lavenders and purples, kind of periwinkle color. And you don't have to use 3 or 4 or 5, what the budget allows. So I tucked one beautiful hydrangea to give it some mass and design. I love all the chrysanthemums that are available now, are so magnificent. These are from Gardens America. They're so long lasting. And the younger generation, they think chrysanthemums are the new rage. They go, ooh, what's that? A dahlia or a marigold or a zinnia? They're not sure, but they love the texture, the longevity of the flower. So it's a great, great flower to use all year long. We have them on standing orders. They're just fantastic. Another one of my favorites is the little tiny micro daisies. Look at that precious little flower. We have the little tiny lavender in the back, and we've got some of the little bronze colors. Aren't they precious? Another exciting thing for customers. Oh, they say just like you do, look at that cute little daisy. It's exciting to see. Another thing we do in a lot of our designs is putting, premium flowers in the design. And we do cymbidiums that we purchase by the stem, and then we, cut them off and put them in the water tubes and insert them down into the design for people to go, oh, that's an orchid. So they see value in that. So it's exciting. With this design, instead of doing a basic round arrangement, I stretched it out a little bit and kind of gave a little framing with the beautiful snapdragons. And they're in that beautiful lavender color, which is a little bit rare. Isn't that exciting? Just to see that light tone. And then we have some of the stock that I adore, very fragrant. I just did those in one little grouping so you can enjoy them. 2 of the beautiful deep purple roses just tucked in the front of the design. It doesn't have to be one flower here, here, here. You could do little groupings, have fun with the design, creating it. And then I'm absolutely smitten with the wax flower that is color enhanced. So you can get fall packages of color enhanced wax flower that are absolutely magnificent, and they really tie the bouquet together. So it was really kind of fun. Then having the pumpkin white, it was like, okay, maybe I should tie in some white there. So then we get the little from our local wholesaler, and we use the little skewers, little wood picks, and pierce them right through the pumpkins, and then purchase, pump that right there. See how cute it is? Then you got your white that kind of blended with the container. So what I love about these pumpkins is they don't have the lid. So we do have some that have the lid, and that's cool. And we make the little hamburger thing and that type of thing. You'll see one I did at another holiday. But I love the fact that there is no lid, so I can really fill it up with my flowers. So just a fun look that I challenge you all to do. Different mixture of foliages. I've got the salal foliage in here. I have a little bit of the Israeli ruscus, and I really love, and if those of you that watched me before, I'm just smitten with huckleberry. It's one of my favorite foliages, and I kind of always tuck it in everything because I really love it. It lasts a long time, so I'm really happy about that. The other thing with this is we purchase, again, from our wholesalers, the silks, the permanents, the botanicals. So then we take them and give them a little more, room and things. So then we use our skewers, and then we just tape them together. And then that's where you get this foliage and this foliage. So there are quite a few leaves on that stem. So you can just put 2 in each arrangement, and it really makes a difference in the design, and it kind of ties everything together. And people know fall as the fall foliage. So whether it's the glycerin ones you purchase that are preserved or something that's a permanent botanical, get those. That addition really is something important. So that was our first one. Thank you. Got it. Oh, pretty. This one here was created by one of my longtime staff, Mary Flor. This is the one that we've called feminine fall because it's in the pinks and then those bronze. So you can go to the lighter little butterscotch into the deeper kind of red shades of the chrysanthemums. And I'm really loving this tiny little fall foliage. It's so cute. Let me see. It's got the cutest little leaves on it. Look at that precious little thing. And I'm from Florida, so I get all excited about the things that we don't have. And that's all these wonderful different oaks and maples and all these different type of foliages really get me excited. And Mary Flor took the foliages and she did a couple little branches to frame it, and then broke off some of the other pieces and just tucked them down into the design. There's also in the FTD ceramic pumpkin. And then to stretch it out a little bit, for your price and your money, to give it more value to the customer, she used the snapdragons and the deeper pink color to do that. And then one of the wonderful rose lilies, just one blossom is all it took, inserted into the center as a focal. And then she's got 2 roses that are nice and meaty. Look at that beautiful rose. They're just really 3, actually, 1 in the back and 2 in the front for focals, and just a lot of weight in the design. She's used 1 hydrangea as well. We do get, these are called Mystic. They grow this pink and light green shade. We have hydrangeas on standing orders, as well as the snaps and chrysanthemums and roses, but a lot of things that we can just get all the time. Make sure you're dealing with wonderful importers and growers and wholesalers that give you the freshest product, and it's always going to be great for your customers, and they'll come back again and again, as we know. But again, just a fun look. Try those different colors, the feminines, the ladylike colors, and you'll be very surprised what people choose. I was watching, I think it was Good Morning America, and they had their little cube arrangement in the front. It had hot pink roses with the bronze chrysanthemums in the foliage, and I was like, yeah. So it takes a little bit. The consumers used to take a few years to really catch on and do what they see in magazines and on TV, but now with social media, they get it right away and they want it right away. So it's up to us to be the professional and know what the trends are, or set the trends ourselves. When we need to use it and it's a necessity, then we just make it happen. So there we go with our FTD fall pumpkins. Okay. You'll see a couple of hands in the camera a couple of times. I have Mary Flor. She's assisting me and handing me things today. This is the orange pumpkin. Is that fun? So I've just started it. I did get some really great bells of Ireland, and they did the same thing that the snapdragons did for me, and just did that framing. So I did 2 on one side, 1 on the other, again with my lovely huckleberry that I adore. I'm smitten with it. 1 hydrangea at the base to give it weight, a little mass and design, and just in love with the eryngium that we're getting from Gardens America. It is so fresh and so blue, it almost looks artificial. And then we are so happy about this brand new little, I hope that you are getting these. These are the little spray delphinium. Aren't they amazing? And that blue is just so blue. They last a long time. Every little tiny blossom blooms. Oh, we absolutely love these. So we're going to put some of those in the foam. I use Oasis floral foam. We have a large tub sink that we soak the foam in, so it's already nice and soaked. We don't just soak it at the last minute, and then it goes into the design. So pretty easy. And the chrysanthemums again that are so trendy, you know, right on with the young people, young and old alike. Tucking that right down at the base with that nice red color. Giving each flower a fresh cut. We all know we have to do that. We don't cut it and leave it laying on the table. Don't be afraid to do that motion up and down. Get in there to the design. You all have heard me say it many times. The design, there should be a journey for your eye in through the design. You need to go through it and see what's going on, find the exciting little textures throughout the arrangement. So it's something that is important. And that's what the consumer finds intriguing, and they don't even know it. They're like, oh my gosh, just to get to see what is down in the design, it makes it so much fun. And this is safflower. Look at that bright color. Ooh, and that makes it pop. So fresh and so nice. Don't you get excited when your flowers come in and they're just a beautiful color and everything's so fresh, and you just can't wait to get your hands on it. I know if I'm like that, you are too. Am I making you dizzy? Sorry. We love our turntables. A lot of fun. I'm going to tuck it right down in where the hydrangea is. See that framing though, and it's different depth and levels to the design. That makes it so exciting for the customer to enjoy. Let's see, I think I want to use a couple of, we have some really cool little, you know, the grasses are so great in the millet. Oh, they're just so much fun. Again, interesting item that the customers are going to say, ooh, what's that in the arrangement? You know, when you have something very interesting for them to enjoy or see, you can just buy, you know, one box from your wholesaler. Doesn't have to be 20 boxes of one item, and just put a few pieces in each design, and that alone will get your shop talked about time and time again with your customers. And word of mouth is really the best thing you can do. You know, now social media is the way though. Oh my gosh, don't we do great with social media? It's a beautiful thing. Can't make mistakes, make stuff pretty, be proud of your designs and showcase them, show them off. It's so important. And your customers are watching. They're watching everything you do. Isn't that color combination looking fun as well? I love it so much. So I'm just using the Israeli ruscus, and you know, you're watching me cut each little, sorry, I'm doing it without thinking, so I'm not explaining myself, but I know that you know, you cut out the little stick that's there, and then you just use every little piece. You paid for this whole little stem, so you want to make sure that you get use out of it. I'm going to use a little bit of seeded yucca. Some of the seeded yucca, if the little foliages don't look up to par, don't use them, take them off. I think they used to call it naked seeded yucca. So sometimes I think there were some wholesalers for a while that even removed those little foliages for you. I will put a couple down just to drape out of the pumpkin. There. Look how cute that is, just hanging. So nice. So there's a lot of depth down in here for you to enjoy. There's that shape and that framing that's beautiful for anyone to get as a gift, for a centerpiece, or just anywhere in the home for your customers. Again, that up and down, in and out, in and out. For so long, and you'll see designs I've done, we've done that round shape that's kind of flat, which is gorgeous, and we love it. I used to feel sorry for the round arrangement. Designers would do all this fancy stuff, but what I call the round arrangement is the comfort food of floral design, because they'll love all these things you make that are maybe a long horizontal design or some fabulous curve or something, but they always go back to a round arrangement. It's the easiest shape for the human eye to view. So remember that. There's nothing wrong with a gorgeous round arrangement. Thank you, Mary Flor. We got some, when we do Christmas, it's kind of funny because I didn't get any Christmas foliage. And as I mentioned, I'm in Florida. So we, thank you very much. We don't have pine. So we have juniper, and we have several trees outside. So we take the juniper and then cut that up, you know, for this show anyway. So this is kind of a cool thing. So here's a lovely container. Then one of my friends, Mr. Bob Tucker, developed something that's called the magic ring. It's metal, it's fantastic. So he's having that in production now, so it's not even available yet. So I got a couple prototypes. So we have the magic ring right here. So it's in my frame, it's hard to see. So it's metal, it's a fantastic piece. And I've just taken some of those artificial foliages, your silk foliages, and pierced them right through so it creates the handle right away for you. And then some of the huckleberry foliage. And then I'm going to create a beautiful, well, what I hope to be a beautiful hand-tied bouquet. And you just place the foliages right into that grid, and it's just an amazing structure holder for any size hand-tied bouquet. This is Bupleurum. Don't you love Bupleurum? Oh my goodness, I'm smitten with it. I mean, look at that already. It's showy, it's wonderful. And then when these came in, I thought I was going to die. Look at this red burgundy. I hope it looks red burgundy. That's what it is, the screen, but it is just so rich. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Amazing. You want those rich colors. I mean, if it's exciting for you, the customers are going to be dumbfounded or flabbergasted, or they'll just stand looking at your cooler and, oh my gosh, they don't even know what to pick because everything you have is just stunning. So that's important. We have to stun them. And we've got our beautiful Freedom Roses. Still doing that spiral in my hand. Using the magic ring grid. And we've got some beautiful dark purple or plum button disc buds. I can't live without the button disc buds. You can do like a pair, two together, and then another on the other side of your bouquet. Yummy. Aren't these cute daisies? Oh. The fun thing about fall is, you know, it's that bountiful harvest, and it's whatever's growing, you know, the fall leaves are in every color, the purples, the burgundies, there's, you know, even the beiges, this and that. So it's everything that's able to be harvested. So for the fall, you get to really play more than any other time of year with color. And boy, is it fun. Fun for me. It's one of our favorite roses here at Della Flor. That's Freedom. No, it's not. It's Free Spirit. I mean, no, it's not. Free Spirit. It's fragrant. It always opens with such perfection. Just stunning. Oh my goodness. Can't even stand it. We're going to use some of the beautiful little dianthus, and it's in like that bright purple color. Again, don't be afraid of these fun colors. So it makes the consumer like it. It's why you buy the clothing you buy, the car you purchase. It's all about the color. You'll be really amazed at which colors the consumer purchases. You'll be pretty shocked, actually, when you put it in your cooler. You'll be high-fiving that you just sold a color combination that you weren't expecting. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up. This is a wonderful millet. Really fun. So I created such a large bouquet. It's very lightweight because I did use the ring. And then I'm going to tie it off. We either use the Oasis waterproof tape or we use zip ties in white or black. And it's a color vase, so that's kind of good because You're not going to see the tying agent, so that's a good thing. Cut it off flush, and then we're going to cut the bouquet. But look at that container too, isn't that great? Oh my goodness. Fresh cut just before it goes in the vase. Of course, we have flower food always for our flowers and in our vessels, and that's why the customer tells you your flowers last so long. It's because you took time to do proper care and handling. Oh, wow, look how big it is with that ring. Pretty. Don't be afraid to have things, create them a little bit more airy, let things stretch in the design. And that's just a whole lot, for your dollar. And with blending the vessel with the flowers, it really makes a big difference in your design. Yay, I love this one. I hope you do too. Fun, fun. Okay. Thank you, Mary Flor. Fun. It's another wood box. Love doing the wood boxes for fall and like for Thanksgiving. One thing I stopped using is the cornucopia, and I really love these boxes. We have them in brown and white, and we do long centerpieces, with them. So, all right, let's see what we're gonna put in this. Isn't it fun? So we add a lot of height. So you have that, selling that space. And anytime you add more height, it's from 10 to $15 or $20 more in the arrangement. So it really makes a difference in the design. Again, the foam is soaked thoroughly. I have it up like this into the vessel. We do use the glue to glue things in, but so many of the containers we're doing now, they fit in there so snug, there's no need for that. And then we have room for a water reservoir in there. In this one, I cheated and used some of the botanical pine with pine cones in the design, and some of the gold glittery branches in it. I love the Queen Anne's lace, makes it look so gardeny and delicate with that growth. I think it's time for us to let some of our designs get a little more airy and maybe doing some of our things that have some height in them for the customers. So this one's kind of beautiful, I think. We're going to do some things at the base, some roses. Beautiful little pink rose. Again, don't be afraid to use your pinks again or non-traditional colors for Christmas. Fun. It's not a one-sided design, it's an all-sided design. Love it, love it. Let's see, I'll take a few of these. I'm going to use some of my little Floridian pine, we'll call it. White stock. Again, that stock for fragrance. Roses, anytime in an arrangement, the first thing that the consumer does when they get an arrangement is what? They inhale and they're looking for something that just has a great fragrance. So you need to put something in the design, not too pungent. A lot of times, people are like, no lilies, because it's a lot of people are allergic or it's a little too strong. Tucked a little bit of hypericum berry for another texture. I think I want to be done with this. And then you're wondering, why did I put the gold branches? Because here's the king. So your local wholesalers have beautiful pieces for you that are, whether it's some kind of a pumpkin or a Santa or a little birdie, but look at him. Isn't he just so majestic? A really beautiful, beautiful deer. He's just stunning sitting in that design. And of course, you would glue him into the container. I just have him sitting there, but a really pretty look. Not a lot of product, very easily done. Beautiful. Ta-da, not a lot, but a lot of show for that, for Christmas and for the holidays. And this is something you can have preset with maybe your featured piece, and then some of the branches ready to go on the shelf, and then just move them out. You always have to prepare for the holidays. Make sure on your website that you have specific designs and that you have so many of those created, and say, okay, I've got 24 of this deer, and then when that's gone, you go to the next thing. But it just makes it a lot easier for you. You've got your pumpkins. This is this many. We do so many feminine falls. We do so many purple. We do the orange yellow, and then have them ready and have that designer do those. Here's their buckets ready for that design, so that you have that holiday preparedness and organization is the key to a successful holiday. So there we go. That's our pretty deer. He's so handsome. We're going to talk about a little more Christmas, and I discussed the round arrangement. And this is a beautiful FTD ornament. Look how beautiful. Isn't that gorgeous? Red metallic with the beautiful little lid, and it does come with the metal that it holds in there. And we used to always put the lids on sideways, but now you see people that are doing the most magnificent things I've ever seen on social media, and they're doing that, and we're calling it kind of like the hamburger where the lid's there and then everything's around it. And I really am loving that look. Here's an example of that. Thank you, Mayor Flor. And also an example of the non-traditional colors. So I've just used the purple and the red. So there's the lid down in there. That cute little ornament. And it has a lot of room for water, which is so important. I have 4 of the red gorgeous roses. Then I've got 3 of that beautiful dark plum chrysanthemum, button chrysanthemum. And again, the eryngium. People love the eryngium, and they always think it's like a hard, sticky thing that pokes them, and it's like, no, it's soft. And we know that statice is a very long-lasting flower. Tuck that in there for just that other shade of the purples and blues. And again, some of the cute little dianthus that's in that really beautiful purple. Also, we sell a lot of orchid plants, Phalaenopsis here at De La Flor. And if you ever have the orchid plants and sometimes they're bloomed out, we always put them in water tubes, just like I showed you with the cymbidium, and tuck them into the design. And look at, that made the arrangement to me. When I put those in, I was like, oh yeah, it's just absolutely beautiful with those. It just blended all the colors together. And then I've used, again, some of our little juniper, a little tree fern in the design, a tiny little bit of huckleberry. I also have a few pieces of bupleurum in here, just for fun, and just that little tiny bit of chartreuse green in there just kind of made me happy. So it's all about making ourselves happy and the consumer happy. So just a really pretty look, again, with the FTD, beautiful ornament, plenty of room. You can make a beautiful size arrangement in the design, and it's something people love. They still love that keepsake. It's something we've done for many years, but they really do love it. So we have to keep it up. They love the birdie. They love the butterfly. They love the cute little keepsake arrangement. Thank you. So we're going to go to, I think, let's go to America's favorite color. So we'll do blue. We have several customers at De La Flor that we do their trees for them every year in their home, and we do accessories for their tables, and everything's blue and white. So this is something that they just have through and through, and it is America's favorite color in home decor. And then this design, I did that crescent shape. And this is such a popular look right now. So it's really important that you do some of these, put them on your website to have that look, so people know that you know what's going on. You're setting the trends, and here they are. So it's a crescent, a little more modern type of crescent shape. I used, again, the artificial berries. They're such a beautiful color just to frame that. Taking that same color to just, it's a ceramic vessel with the wet floral foam inside. There's a few different types of foliages. Let it happen. Sometimes you have to reinforce that line, so that curve. So we reinforced it with some of the branches just to show you really meant it. And then also with the eryngium, I put one down low and another stem a little higher. And you see that depth from the side of the arrangement. So it's really important. And then I was like, oh, I'm really loving this natural color millet. So there we go. So I put it in. Let's see with what we've got blue and white to use. So we're gonna do hydrangea. I think everything needs hydrangea and roses. I just love it so much. So we'll do a hydrangea there. Usually we add the other one low, but I'm gonna put this one up tall in the design, a little higher. And then I'm gonna do one kind of in the back on this side. So then you still have that crescent, but you're putting things very low in the center. We're gonna tuck things. It's hard for us, we wanna put things way up here, but don't be afraid to put things down the base of the design. And it, again, creates that need for the consumer to, ooh, what's down in there? Let me see, what do we got going on? Now I've made it so you can't even see what's going on with this camera. So I'm kind of tucked in there low. Really pretty. Up a little more hypericum berries. Just again, that different texture. That's what people talk about. What is that in the arrangement? You know, and they're going to know that your shop carries unique and different texture flowers that maybe they're not used to seeing everywhere else. You need to ask your wholesalers and importers because they have it and they're ready. They want to sell it to you. When they call you with excitement saying, oh my gosh, you're not going to believe what we have, you know, get it. Pretty. Find out what do they have on, you know, on special this week and work, you know, use it to your best ability for your designs. Okay, I'm doing that same, repeating that curve with the Veronica. Let me turn it around so you can see. It's a little Veronica. So I still am keeping that same curve in the design. I'm going to tuck in a little, any of you getting the blue ocean chrysanthemums yet? Look at that. Isn't that great? There are larger ones that are a lighter blue. There are some that are more soft purple or periwinkle. They're so long lasting and they're very trendy and they're natural. They're not tinted. They're not color enhanced. This is truly their color. Look at that. Isn't that great? Delicious. I'm just tucking those little chrysanthemums right down in the design, making it so pretty. One more. I'm going to weave this little Veronica white right down into that hydrangea. Love it, love it, love it. And Dusty Miller, so elegant. The texture of it is beautiful, so velvety. Don't be afraid to break off the individual leaves and just give them a nice fresh cut and really insert them, you know, nicely and deeply into that foam, and they last. I know I've had people tell me, other designers, how do you get those to, you know, stay fresh? And, you know, buy the freshest flowers, use your flower food, you know, take care of things properly, and you're good to go. I think I need to stop, but I can't help myself. Yeah, pretty. Yeah, so beautiful. Again, that shape, I challenge you all to do that. Do your crescent shape. It's what people want to see now. And when people say modern, I used to think of modern being cubes and flush and paved. And this is kind of what the consumer's talking about now, is they want that nice curve, those different shapes, the textures, colors that really set you apart, you know, from your competitors or someone else doing the same thing in your area, and they'll keep coming back to you because people are creatures of habit. If you create a wonderful environment for them, you're friendly, your flowers are fresh, they last long, you carry the arrangements out to the car, which is what we do. You learn that from the grocery store. You know, the guy takes your groceries out, and then it was like a long time ago, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to do that. So We have our flower boxes. Everything goes in a box so it doesn't turn over in their car. We put our logo on it, a little tissue paper, and then out they go for the consumer. And they're always shocked. Oh, no, I got it. We're like, nope, this is part of our job. This is what we do. So we want to carry it out to your car. Well, we really want to take it out there so it gets there in one piece and they don't break it all up. So we have an ulterior motive. But do all these little things and it makes all the difference for your business to stay alive for a long time. Okay. We're going to go again to another fun color scheme. This is our Christmas with our purples, lavenders, some of the little branches. Gosh, I just absolutely, look at that. They're color enhanced, dark, dark purple. Those rich colors just really make me so happy. And then in the back side, I've also got, and I think one over here, yep, that lighter. These are natural colored mystic hydrangeas, and then this one is the color enhanced. Also loving the variegated foliage, just two pieces that really give it some interest. You know, a couple little branches, our little foliage down there. I did 3 of the mini callas and just let them come right out of the top of the design. Stock, a few pieces for fragrance, again, the berries. But I really had fun with the foliages in this one, using the monstera with the pine, with the salal, and then right into that, the juniper, or if you had the pine, that for that pine fragrance is, you know, something really nice. And then to help blend with these branches that I have kind of going everywhere, I stood back on, I think I kind of made a mess, and I was like, I'm leaving it. So, and then I just used some of the ornaments. Again, we put the ornaments on one of the skewers and glue it, and then put that in the design. So that's all it takes to make it, you know, Christmas, right? Some beautiful little holiday ribbon, or you know, just a few ornaments, and then you're in. But now I'm going to add what really made me excited with the design, and that is the wonderful alocasia. I know everybody loves these. Look at that. Oh my gosh. So this foliage really, really makes it happen. It's just stunning. So I'm going to insert that right down in there. I've already pre-cut that. And this is something when someone really wants to make a statement. Oh my gosh, look at that. Bam. I have 2 more pieces that I'll put in other sides of the design, but that will get talked about time and time again. Now, the alocasia foliage does not do well in the cooler. So we do not put it in our cooler. We create the designs, and that gets added at the last minute. We have little notes that we put on the orders themselves and on the delivery ticket that says something needs to be added in the design. We do tropicals here. We don't want them in the cooler, and we'll get the thing greened and maybe some chrysanthemum things in the design. And if we had to add 2 ginger or something, we put 2 pink ginger add on the piece itself and on the delivery ticket. And then we know, and the driver won't forget because it's right there in his face. So isn't that alocasia just it? Oh my gosh, I don't even really need this 3rd one, but wow. So that just really did it for me with this, that one focal foliage that just makes a statement, you know. So, and again, that right there, I think that upped it by $20 just by that one piece of foliage adding in there. And it's just such a trendy kind of look. And to me, that's kind of like a modern take on the holidays. So don't forget to have these things in your store, because the consumer wants to see what you're capable of. They don't want to see the same old thing all the time. They want something new. And what are you? You're the floral artist. So you can create these for all your customers with that positive reinforcement. Yeah, this is cool, whatever. And they'll just keep looking at it and being so excited about it. And you just need to reinforce that with your salespeople that this is what you need. And don't forget to put some of these things on your website, because now more than ever, especially the younger generation, they're not going to come into your shop. You've created a beautiful place for yourself to work and your older clientele, but the young people, they're all about doing it online. So they'll do it on the computer. And so you need to have these things so they can see them. You'll be very surprised. Okay. You got it? Sorry. They're a little bit, some of them are heavy. Thank you. Another one of the wooden boxes. Thank you very much. This is a brown wooden box, and I've really just stretched it out. And then I wanted it kind of more natural colors, but really what inspired me with this, believe it or not, it's a little pine cone. It's a little pine cone, it's a little sparkly pine cone, and I put one of the skewers. I have 3 in here, and I just did 2, and they look like 2 little trees, but then I proceeded to cover them up in the design. But they're part of that surprise, that element of surprise that you look down in the design and that you're able to see. And then I have one over here on the edge that you can see very, clearly that I glued kind of on the container on the top. But just stretching things out so you're getting that more money by, instead of chopping the stem of the little Queen Anne's lace to a few inches, I've left the full length of the stem to stretch out that design. And the foliages, again, using mixed foliages, the Queen Anne's lace, and it blends so nicely with the Dusty Miller, the white Veronica, the white Hypericum, stretching things up in the design. It just really comes together. The focal flower in this is absolutely stunning, and these were also from Gardens America, and these are the Protea. Aren't they gorgeous? They're just absolutely perfection. And then tying it in with the beautiful Moab roses. Don't you love Moab? It's that wonderful color, that kind of mocha-ish shade, but it also sometimes has a little mauve-y pink in it. So the whole design kind of blends together from the Protea and then the little pine cones in their copper with the wonderful Moab roses, and then using a little bit of those fall foliages again. I mean, you have all the ammunition in your shop. You've got all these wonderful elements and products that you can blend. So it's all about blending that product and learning to blend the product properly. That is so exciting. And that's what makes the design so intriguing and beautiful, is the fact that you have blended product so well. And it's so much fun to do. So with this, I've got the wood box, and then I really kind of wanted to blend a little bit that natural look into the design and bring it kind of up a little bit. So this is Stella. This is a flower from Gardens America, and little Stella dries. So this is her dried. She's in a little more red color. I've let these dry. You can color enhance them with bronze or gold or silver or whatever you want in the design to make them sparkle for the holidays. And also, see how it just kind of brings up that brown of the box, and now it kind of just brings it right up through the design. Sometimes you have to show your rhyme or reason. Why did I do this? Or why is this here? Or you have to reinforce that. So we're just kind of trying to reinforce a little bit. Fun, fun, fun. There's little Stella. And she's so proud to be part of the design. She really wanted to be involved in the event. So I'll turn it all around and see the side view. So you've got that depth. Doesn't matter which way you look at it, it's beautiful. And consumers now, they did the centerpieces, and we always did them kind of long and low. And now you started it with the weddings, and the consumer wanted a little height in it. They want height on the table. They want height down the aisle. So they're allowing you to put some things up and down, and they're not so worried as we were about that sight line. You still need to know, but they're happy that people can see through it and not so worried about seeing over something or under something. They love the flowers to show off. And that's what we love about the younger people now, is that are into the flowers. They love the fact that they can show them off, that we can show them off, that we know the looks they're talking about. So really pay attention to everything. Pay attention to social media and what you see on Facebook and Instagram and all those, the Knot, wherever you look for your wedding or event work. And others, all of our friends that do this teach us so much. And we're the most sharing industry out there is florists. We love to share our knowledge with others and with our friends, because we all want each other to succeed. And that's another thing that FTD does for us. They want to help us to succeed in the industry. So isn't that just great? And just those Protea are stunning. All right, thank you so much. Thank you, Mary Flor. Got it. Let's see. This is one of our favorites at Della Flor. This is also the FTD, and it's got like that hobnail gold around the base. Comes in 2 sizes. So it's a perfect container. So I've created a hand-tied bouquet that I'll talk about, then I'll place in here. So, ooh, and again, we're here in the subtropics of Florida. So I just color enhanced two, doesn't take a lot, two of the Areca palm fronds to blend with the gold on the vessel. So again, I'm bringing that right up through the container. And then I don't know why I'm so intrigued with antlers. I just love antlers. I just think they're the coolest thing. You know, give me an antler and I'm in. And these have a little tiny sparkle of gold, the little antlers. So again, that's here, here, and here in the design. So it wouldn't have been the same if I didn't have the little gold on it. It would kind of go in any container. So again, I'm blending the product. Gosh, fun. We've got the rose lilies, beautiful hydrangea tucked at the base. And then I use the darker purple stock, and the color enhanced wax flower is fantastic. Again, the beautiful rich red. I just love burgundies and reds and purples and plums together. Tucked some down in. I don't have one here or there. I have like little groupings. We love snapdragons again on a standing order at Della Flor all the time. Spiral hand tied. Just really a fun, type of arrangement that's easy to create, easy to do, and so showy. I mean, watch. Like you can't even see me anymore. Isn't that great? Really pretty, very showy for any event. This can be for, the holidays. Again, you can add pine to the design. We still get away with using our tropical foliages here at Della Flor because of where we are, regardless of the time of year. But adding a little bit of pine in there, kind of sets it so that people know, okay, this is for the holiday. And the reason that it's always evergreen or pine is because most people are all in an area where it's snow and gets cold and there's no other foliage because nothing else lives. So it's always about the pine during the winter holidays. So we don't get any of that. So I'm so proud that we have our vendors that we can purchase all the wonderful pine from. But enjoy that hand-tied spiral, again, in that wonderful FTD container. And showy. Fun, fun. Thank you. It's a little heavy. Don't hurt yourself.
That's fine.
Okay. So we're coming up on, this is our last design. And then as Janet said, we'll do questions and answers. Me and my burgundy. So this is in a wonderful vessel. It's a gold dish, and that's from the Unlimited Container Source. And then I really got excited. I went outside and I found these dried from the fig plant. We have fig plants outside, and when they drop their foliage, isn't that cool? So I was like, wow. So I was like, that's cool. So I picked it up and I used a little bit of the Design Master copper paint. Not a lot, just kind of dashed it on real quick. And I was like, that's cool. So I did start with a wreath. Let's see if you can see a grapevine wreath. So I just have a black loamy dish with the Oasis floral foam soaked and taped, and then it's inside of the container, and I put the grapevine wreath on top of it, and then I created the design in it. But I just really was smitten with these dried things off the ground. So when you see things, like you would do the fall foliages, maybe not thinking as much as I would about it, collect them. The consumer loves that type of thing. We've got our little, more of that tiny little fall foliage. And then I've got brown feathers in the shop, and I was like, ooh. So again, that framed look where this is framing the design, kind of like a picture frame, and that makes you look inside. So it's framing it, so you look inside to see what is so exciting in this arrangement. And then I have a really fantastic, we have several of these lovely orbs that are covered with the brown feathers, and they're always so exciting. We have them for Christmas trees as ornaments, and then just tucking it down in there and that little bit of mass, that little weight in the design, along with these dark red, brown, or rust color chrysanthemums that people love. They love them. And the red roses, and then the gorgeous colors of the Moab is just Oh, I love it. I was so excited. I was very excited. I was like, ooh, can't you see it on someone's table? And they're going to come back to you time and time again. How can they not talk about your shop when you create designs like this that are so absolutely delicious and fresh flowers, thoughtful with the color and the products that you chose because you think about it. But you need to have all this ammunition in your stores. You need to purchase these items so you have them readily available. You don't have time to be running to the store every 2 minutes. So you need to get enough of this product, get a look, like, okay, this is a look we're doing. We're doing blues and whites and silvers. Here we're doing pinks and golds. Here we're doing reds and taupes. So get some colors and create vignettes that have those items in there. And what really inspired me with this was the brown and the burgundy ornaments. I was like, ooh, that's what's going to make this design. So I really got excited about these, and that's kind of was the basis. After I picked up that leaf, then I just walked around the store to find, okay, what does this blend with? And then I found the vessel, and then I was like, ooh, feathers. So, I just went shopping in my own store, as I hope that you can do for the holidays. But those couple of ornaments, and you'll notice I didn't talk about it. I have 3 ornaments that I've wired together and then put them on the skewer. So there are 3, and then it kind of creates one large ornament instead of doing 1, 1, 1. So put 3 together and just use 2. Bam. That's all you need. So it's pretty easy and very effective tying. And even on the trees that we do, we tie 3 ornaments together, unless it's a large one already. But for these, type ornaments that are a little bit on the small side, so we'll take 3, put them together, and it's just, a really amazing look. So I hope you really love this design as much as I love designing it for you. Just love that the colors and the richness of it with all the different elements and textures. So it's really something for the senses, for the fragrance, for the texture and the color. It's just all there for you. So it's a great thing. So are there any questions? Thank you so much for having me. Thank you, FTD. I'm so proud to be associated with you again. And thank Janet.
Thanks, Deborah. Wow, that was amazing. I was sitting here quietly in awe of like the gorgeous designs that you were making. They're just fantastic. And I love those non-traditional colors and utilizing, like you said from the very beginning, like the colors that you have that we don't normally think of as the seasonal colors.
You know how I started with all the bronzes at Christmas, again, years ago, because after Thanksgiving, nobody wants fall anymore. They don't want to see a bronze anything. But then I call it a Christmas bronze. So it's all in your verbiage and what you call it. So then if you tie it with these colors, nobody knows that's, whatever. We just think of fall as brown, orange, yellow. But, and we can put some beautiful Christmas bronze or call it some other word. You guys make it up. You're good at that.
Yeah. It's up to us to show the customers what they want, what they need to have.
Right. Yeah. That's because usually they don't know what they need or want. They have to see it. So it's up to us, the creative floral artists, to show them what's available and what they can have. So fun.
Fantastic. Thanks for all of that. As Deb mentioned, we are open for questions. So just type those in the question box on your control panel if you have any for her. Just want to let everybody know too, Deborah will be back in 4 weeks, joined by FTD Education Consultants Samantha Bates, AIFD, and Randy Wooten, AIFD. Our phenomenal expert panel will be sharing and discussing holiday success strategies with everyone.
That's going to be a lot of fun because, you go over again, like I said, just being organized is really the key. So we'll go over a lot of that. So it's really going to be something to listen to, and it makes the holiday smooth sailing.
All right. Well, I'm not seeing any questions. You were extremely thorough throughout. So, that's fantastic. You shared a lot of great information. Everybody is still wowed. So, looks like, we're ready to finish up. So just want to thank everybody for joining us today. A recording will be available on demand on the FTD Mercury Network Florist YouTube channel. And for more education programming from from FTD, please visit ftdi.com to register for those upcoming free webinars and design shows and to view past education programs on demand. So thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful afternoon.
Thank you, Janet. Love you guys. Thanks for joining us.